Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading from the Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 11, the universal form. So today we'll be reading sloka number 26, 46 rather, 46. Is that correct? You did 44, 45. Please repeat. Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Vichami Tvam Drastum Aham Tataiva Tinaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishvamurte Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichami Tvam Drastum Aham Tataiva Ichami Tvam Drastum Aham Tataiva Tinaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Tinaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishvamurte Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishvamurte Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichami Tvam Drastum Aham Tataiva Tinaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishvamurte. Somebody else? Chami Tadastum Aham Tataiva Tinaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishvamurte Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichami Tvam Drastum Aham Tataiva Tinaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishvamurte Word for word meaning. Kiritinam, with helmet. Gadinam, with club. Chakrahastam, disc in hand. Ichami, I wish. Tvam, you. Drastam, to see. Aham, I. Tata eva, in that position. Tena eva, in that. Rupena, form. Chatu bhujena, four-handed. Sahasrabaho, O thousand-handed one. Bhava, just become. Vishvamurte, O universal form. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Srila Prabhupada's purport. In the Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, text 39, it is stated, Ramadi Murtisu Kala Niyamena Tishtan. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms. And the main forms are those like Rama, Nrsimha, Narayana, etc. There are innumerable forms. But Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form. He is now asking to see the form of Narayana as spiritual form. This verse establishes without any doubt the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all other features originate from Him. He is not different from His plenary expansions, and He is God in any of His innumerable forms. In all of these forms, He is fresh like a young man. That is the constant feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport, the Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 11, text 46, entitled The Universal Form. Om Agyanantimirandasya Gyanangana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Jita Parakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavamscha Sirupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathanditam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabhadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Si Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanesware Visavanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanang pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam ichami tvang drastung aham tataiva tinaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhavavishvamurte. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, will, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. So Arjuna is requesting Lord Krishna about changing his form from that of the universal form to this Chaturbhuja form, which is also an eternal form of the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord's form is full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. And the universal form, however, is not an eternal form. It's a temporary form. When Arjuna, after realizing that Krishna is the Supreme, before he was treating Lord Krishna as like friend, like buddy, so to speak, on the same level, sitting with him, sleeping with him, also the same bed. He understood after the 10th chapter that Lord Krishna is none other than the Supreme Lord, and he realized that now I have to treat him with reverence, with respect, more respect than before, because as like friends, you treat your friend like an equal. Now he cannot do that. And so he requested Lord Krishna to show the universal form to him. Now this universal form can only be shown to pure devotees like Arjuna. And we've heard also Lord Krishna, even before showing this universal form, the Supreme Lord also manifests in different ways his Virat Roop, or universal forms, to different personalities. In the beginning, he was a child, when he was yawning, like we yawn when we like feeling tired or almost ready to sleep. So he showed this universal form very, very short time to Mother Yasoda. When he yawned, he opened his mouth, and this was in the 7th chapter of the 10th canto. Mother Yasoda saw very briefly the universal form inside the mouth of Krishna. She was dumbstruck. She was so surprised. How is this? But immediately Yogamaya covered her, and in such a way that immediately also she has forgotten that how great her child is. Then secondly, when they were playing, Krishna and the cowherd boys, they made a complaint to Mother Yasoda that Krishna ate mud. his friends along with Balaram. Balaram sided with his friends. They complained to Mother Yasoda that Krishna ate mud. You have been to this place in Brahmandagat? Where they sell this mud ladu, like this kind. You know, they put them in a plastic bag and they sell them like bargain. Maybe 20 rupees, 10 rupees. And you can eat this, the same mud, earthen mud that Lord Krishna supposed to have eaten. So when Mother Yasoda says, "Is that true?" And Lord Krishna says, "No, they're liars. They're lying. I did not eat any mud. And to prove to you, I will open my mouth. I will show you my mouth." So he showed again to Mother Yasoda this universal form, but this time it's a little longer. Mother Yasoda was so amazed. How can this be happen? Maybe some kind of yes, this is illusion. This is not happening, or maybe some bad elements attacking my child. Then she was put into Yoga Maya again. She saw herself, she saw the whole entire creation, the senses, it says here. She saw the senses, the mind, sense perception, and the three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. She saw the time allotted for the living entities. She saw natural instinct and the reactions of karma, and she saw desires and different varieties of bodies, moving and non-moving. Seeing all these aspects of the cosmic manifestation, along with herself and the Vrindavan Dham, she became doubtful and fearful of her son's nature. She was thinking, I am the mother, I'm a great personality, but now I'm seeing this. This cannot be. My son is a great personality. How is this happening? It's not possible. She saw herself feeding also Lord Krishna inside the mouth. She saw herself feeding Krishna with the milk from her breast. And immediately also she came back into her senses, and she realized that actually, oh yes, Krishna did not eat any mud. She did not conclude that no. Yes, Krishna is telling the truth. Another time, the Virat Roop, but see, these different universal forms are like tailor-made to specific devotees who are supposed to see them. The third time that the Virat Roop, another feature of the universal form, was shown was to Duryodhana. This is before the battle of Kurukshetra occurred. Lord Krishna, he went to visit the camp of the Kauravas to make a truce so that the imminent war will not happen. So what happened is that in order for Duryodhana to be convinced that actually I'm siding the Pandavas, I'm not gonna fight, but I'm gonna show you that they're gonna be supported by me. So he showed the universal form again to Duryodhana temporarily, and Duryodhana became so angry. He was telling his aides to go and capture Krishna, to put him to jail. But then some other associates Duryodhan also saw them, the universal form, like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Vidura, and Sanjay. They also were able to behold this divine manifestation. The denizens of the heavenly planets, the demigods, they also they also had a little glimpse of this. And in this way, he was freed. They didn't capture Krishna. But then later on, also, the blind king Dhritarashtra would like to see. Would like to see this, the same universal form, and he was able to see that also. Lord Krishna allowed him to see momentarily. Krishna granted him momentarily to see the universal form, even though he was blind. He was blind. So, Lord Krishna concluded, now, war, Kurukshetra, the battle between the Pandavas and the Kauravas is really going to happen. Really going to happen. So now in this part of the Bhagavad-Gita, it is mentioned that the main issue here is to prove that Krishna is God to Arjuna. I remember when I was in Canada, in Toronto, we were distributing books, and one person told me, I am God. I am God. Really? You're God? Well, show me your universal form if you are God. So this is one of the tests. Through their activities, one can say, and of course, it is also predicted in the Shastra when God will appear. And what is the description of God? It's like in the Vayu Purana, the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was predicted. The name of Mother Sachi, his mother, was named. The place, Navadvip, where he will appear, was named as well. And the time when he will appear, it was given. And even in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the next incarnation of the Supreme Lord, Kalki Avatar, it was mentioned which village he will take birth, in which family, the name of his father, the name of his mother. So, if someone, Prabhupada told us that if someone tells you that he is God, just like in India, there is a factory of God here. Like every day there is a God being born. So you ask, yes, you are God. So show me your universal form. And if they cannot show their universal form, that means they're bogus. But this time, in order for Arjuna to see the universal form, he was given the divine eyes. It was mentioned. He was given these divine eyes. Even though he's already a transcendental personality, an eternal associate of the Supreme Lord, he has to be given this feature. Another name for Lord Krishna is Yogeswar. Yogeswar means master of the mystics. So this is like sometimes, in magical performance, they can have like a rabbit appear in a hat, or they have cards and they can tell what you're thinking. This is some kind of a mystic, or sometimes it's trickery. But this is not a trickery. This is real. This is actual. And this universal form was shown to Arjuna in the middle of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, just prior the start of the battle. prior. Because the Bhagavad-Gita was spoken in the middle just before. Because when Arjuna says, please bring the chariot in between so I can see who is who. And it says that nobody there have seen this also. It was not shown to anybody or everybody except to Arjuna. But the heavenly denizens, they're able to see this. The demigods. I believe it's in text 20 here. In the purport. Says here, Drav Jab a Prithibhyo, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see the universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw the universal form on the battlefield. So Arjuna saw this universal form because they were the eyes of Arjuna became transformed into to have this divine vision. And because of Arjuna, the denizens of other planetary systems, that means the higher planetary systems, they also witnessed this. Very special. And in that form of the Supreme Lord, he saw all the universes and all the soldiers on both sides rushing in to his mouth. Like it says, like moths rushing into the fire. They all devastated. They're all killed. They're all killed by Lord Krishna. That's why here in this chapter, he told Arjuna that you have to do your duty. All of them already been killed by me. And this proved when Arjuna saw all of these different personalities, everybody, even Jayadratha, who's supposed to be not able to be killed by the Pandavas, they still, including Bhisma, Dronacharya, his teacher, his grandfather, Duryodhana, everybody, they all rush into the mouth of Lord Krishna. So this proved that actually that Arjuna doesn't have to really disobey the orders of Lord Krishna. He just have to perform his duty as a Kshatriya, as a warrior, and everything was taken care of. Time I am the destroyer of everything, Lord Krishna says. So that was the fourth time that this universal form was shown to different personalities. Mother Yasoda twice, Duryodhana once, then Arjuna fourth. Now after the battle of Kurukshetra, now Lord Krishna is on the way back to Dwarka. And on the way to Dwarka, he met one of his friends who is a hermit, a yogi. His name is Utanka. Utanka. So when they met each other, they were talking to each other, and Utanka was saying, because you are full of mystic power, you should have stopped this war. Why you did not do it? I'm sure you have the power to do so. then the conversation became heated up. He's trying to challenge Lord Krishna. You should have done something. This should have been not happened at all. So it became so heated up. Then Utanka started to threaten Lord Krishna, and he will curse him with his yogic power. But Lord Krishna says, well, your curse will not have any effect. It will not have any effect. And then, really? Utanka doubted Lord Krishna. He says, why? I am such a powerful hermit, yogi. I have some yogic power also. How can you say that it will not work on you? So, is it so? He says, are you the universal Lord himself? If so, please prove it to me. He asked Lord Krishna. Then Lord Krishna showed again his universal form. Again. So this is the 5th time in the life of Lord Krishna. 5,000 years ago, the universal form was shown. And these are all different. As we mentioned earlier, it's like a tailor-made. You know, it's like my shirt is not your shirt. It's different. We have different length, different shoulder. So similarly, but to Arjuna, he says, you're the only one. He told this to Arjuna, you're the only one who have seen this. Nobody else. So now, during Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, 500 years ago, he showed again this universal form to Advaita Acharya. And Lord Nityananda also saw this universal form. But it says in the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam that one may worship this universal form, especially those who doesn't believe that God has a form. It's like more of a paganism. It's like, in paganism they worship fire. They worship some kind of earth, made of earth, or anything, earthly elements. Because this is like the beginning, because it's like, like in the primitive aborigines, they worship this different. When they hear thunder, they will start praying, because they think this is coming from some supernatural power or energy. So this is the start. They believe that there is something there who is supreme, more powerful than us. So let me worship that. So it is the start. But then ultimately, it is not the end of everything. Ultimately, when Lord Brahma says, Isvara Parama Krishna Sachid Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karna Karnam. Supreme Lord has a transcendental form full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. Is Sachid Ananda Vigraha. His form is eternal. It's like even in the Christians, they have this, that man was created in the image of God, from the image of God. Like in the image of God. Isn't that right, sir? So, we came from a person. But that person is the supreme. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. He is the one who, amongst the plural living entities, he is the singular living entity who maintains everybody. And we cannot understand him. It's not with our blunt senses. Atasi Krishna Madina Vabedgrayam Indriyai Sevan Mukhi Jivado Swayam Eva Spuradiyada. With our blunt senses, we're not be able to understand his form, his personality. But it is possible. It starts with Jivado. It starts with the tongue. Especially when we chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is a person, and His name is none different than Him. He has unlimited forms. It says in the scriptures, it's like in the waves in the ocean or in the river. Unlimited. And Krishna, He manifests Himself in the material world in what you call avatar, one who descends from the spiritual world to the material world. And in as many species of life, there are also as many different kinds of types or of incarnations of the Supreme Lord. In the human form, there's Lord Ram, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, they're none different than Lord Krishna. Half man, half lion. We celebrated his appearance day the other day, Lord Nrsimhadev. As a snake, Anantases. As a boar, Varaha. As a tortoise, Kurma. As a fish, Matsya. Different incarnations. So in different universes, we can ascertain that the Supreme Lord appeared in a different forms. And in the our universe, there are 10 major incarnations of the Supreme Lord, the Das Avatar. So one cannot say that God is limited. God is unlimited. He is infinite. Even the infinite can show to the limited personalities like us His form. If we follow certain process which are chalked out, which are prescribed by the scriptures and the previous acharyas. So the constant feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternal. And it says here that one who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. To know the Supreme Lord, one has to be pure. No one can understand and no one can know the Supreme Lord if one is not pure. And how do we purify ourselves? We purify ourselves by this process of bhakti-yoga. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasvasvi tatvataha. Only by devotional service that I can be known in truth. No one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead if one is not able, through one's sacrifice, one's penance, one's cultivation of knowledge, one's performance of karmic activities. No, not possible. He can only be known, especially if we follow this process of bhakti yoga, and ultimately by His sweet will only. If He's not going to reveal Himself, it doesn't matter how much we try, it will not happen. But He will. The main thing that He wants to see from us is that we are trying, that we are actually attempting to do it. Ye tamam prapajyante ma tamstataiva bhajamiham. As they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So now this time, after being shown the universal form to from Lord Krishna to Arjun, Arjun now wants to see his forearm form. His forearm form. Actually, he was so fearful. He was so afraid when he saw this universal form. So, before ultimately a devotee, a pure devotee of the Lord, he only wants to see the beautiful transcendental form of the Supreme Lord as that of Shyamasundar, Tribhanga. two-armed form. This is the most relishable for the devotee to behold. But before that, showing ultimately, because Lord Krishna ultimately understood that eventually Arjuna would like to see my two-armed form. So now he was asking first, okay, prove me again that you are God. Show me your four-armed form. Again, Lord Krishna showed his four-armed form, and the next few verses very beautiful because it explains more about clearly that nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His form as being transcendental, eternally being wished by the devotees to be seen. So this is the constant feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, based from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Purna Bhagavan. He is not an avatar. He is called Avatari. Of course, for the sake of Leela, in the second canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are listed there different incarnations of the Supreme Lord, and two of the incarnations mentioned there, Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, Leela avatars. But they're not really avatars, they are avatari. Lord Krishna's first expansion is Lord Balaram. So in this way, we'll have an understanding that if somebody told you, so many, I'm sure you'll meet some of them, they're going here and there, everywhere, that they are God. So this is the way how you can tell them, if you're really God, then show me you are God. But first, you have to give me the divine eyes, so I can see and that you are actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, we stop here. Any questions, comments? Yes, sir. You have the microphone? Yes, but to prove, this is a different, the one that he showed to Duryodhan is not the complete universal form. It's like a glimpse, so that to prove to him that, please, I'm offering you for a truce. I can do anything, but to prove to you what I'm saying is true, that if you have a truce, there'll be peace, there'll be no war, it'll be beneficial for you. He says no.
Did Sanjay and the others saw that?
Yeah, Sanjay also. No, this is the same glimpse. Bhishma, Duryodhan, Drona, Sanjay, and even Dhritarashtra. These are temporary, and it's not complete. Even the universal form that Mother Yasoda saw is not the same. The most complete is that of Arjuna.
But Sanjay also saw that.
Sanjay saw it also. Sanjay saw it because he was there. He was telling to Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra was seeing it through his mind. It's like that television. They're watching television. Huh? Live stream. 5,000 years ago, there's live streaming, on time, right? Not delayed. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna. It is mentioned that only the pure devotee can see. The Lord Lord's form. So this Vishnu and Drona and Duryodhana, they were not a pure devotees. So Lord, how he showed in this form?
Many saw the Supreme Lord, but they don't actually understand that the Supreme Lord or Krishna is God. That is the difference. Many people, they come here, they see Krishna is just a statue. They don't understand Gauranga is not different than Krishna, Nityananda than different than Balaram. No, they just, they have some faith that, oh yes, this is a place of worship, let me go, maybe I'll get some benefit. Or they ask so many material benefits. So we see Krishna accordingly to the way our bhav, our relationship. When Krishna went to Mathura, not everyone saw him as God. Kamsa saw him as death personified. The wrestlers, they saw Krishna as just a young boy. It's like mosquito. We're like, we can flick him like this. We can kill him anytime. Some of the women, they saw Krishna as like Cupid personified. So they embraced them within their mind. So it depends. Depends. He may show himself, but for you to understand who he is in the whole as a Supreme Lord, it may not happen. It may not. Not possible.
So for Arjuna, he gave divine eyes.
Yes.
So he did not give divine eyes to Duryodhana and other people.
No. That is not the complete. That is not the complete. He just wants to show his mystic power. That is different. Well, he wants to prove to Arjuna that I am God. I'll show you the whole picture. I want to show you my mystic power. I'll show you a little bit of taste. So they know Krishna is like a mystic power. He has mystic power. Like Utanka. You are God? You are really the Supreme Lord? How you will be able to counteract my curse? So later on, it says that one time Utanka was in a desert. Utanka was in a desert and he was like dying without water. So he prayed to Lord Krishna and suddenly started to rain. So when in a desert and it's starting to rain, that rain they call that rain as Utanka Megha, like a monsoon. Utanka Megha. So Utanka actually understood that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So it depends. As I said, Yeyetamam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamiham. Everybody saw Krishna, but they all got liberated. Even demons.
We know Krishna, every of us, we read that about that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. We know everybody that Krishna is the Lord. But can just we get the purity and we can see the form of the Lord?
What's that again? We read that Krishna is God. The Brajabasis, they don't know Krishna is God. And they're satisfied. They don't care whether Krishna is God or not. They just know that Krishna is a young naughty boy. And their attraction towards him is better than anybody else. Even their own children, they're more attracted to Krishna than their own children. Are we like that? Those who have children, parents, you know Krishna is God, but you are more attracted to your children. Yeah, not always. Generally speaking, you spoil your children more, whatever they ask. You know Krishna is God, so you have to do what Krishna wants you to do. That is a show of love. Theoretically, knowing that Krishna is God is not good enough. We have to act accordingly. So there's a big difference here.
How the purity can come?
How purity can come? You always think of Krishna. The more you think of Krishna, the more you become pure. The more you become pure, the more you increase your love for Krishna.
You can see Krishna.
You can see Krishna everywhere. That doesn't mean that the form, but you will see the beautiful flower when you smell. Oh, Krishna is so wonderful. He gave the smell of this flower so fragrance. That is seeing Krishna. Everything that you see, you connect with Krishna, that is seeing Krishna. You may not see Krishna face to face. Everything that happens to your life, you see that Krishna, this is all His arrangement for me. This is best. Whatever He's doing is best for me. Even in times of trouble, even in times of tribulations, even in times of sufferings, you pray to Krishna, Krishna, thank you for giving me this, giving me the chance to think more of you. That is Krishna consciousness. But ultimately, when you see Krishna face to face, that is the perfection.
Sometimes we see that we have totally depend on Krishna, and whatever Krishna does, we agree to that one. But sometimes, some of the point of that we have mind independent, and according to mind independent we are doing. So now this is completed, so you cannot understand that when Krishna is doing everything, then how we have this.
Krishna sometimes allow things to happen that you want, and sometimes He does not allow the things that you want to happen. And ultimately, the end result is that you will depend on Krishna. Depending on Krishna doesn't mean, oh Krishna, whatever I want, you give to me. No, dependent means even the things that you want to happen, it's not happening, you still depend on Krishna. Because ultimately, what's happening in the end is for your own benefit. We see it like negative. Oh no, why? Krishna, why? Why are you giving this to me? Why am I in trouble? This tests your faith towards Krishna. This tests your sincerity towards Krishna. This test is how much you really want to be Krishna conscious. And if you're not so strong, your faith is not so strong, you will say, Krishna, you don't exist. Krishna, this process doesn't exist. Prabhupada, what are you saying? The Bhagavad-Gita doesn't work. So one should not lose one's faith, and the faith can always increase, especially when you follow the prescribed process. It's what we do. We do sadhana bhakti. Be strong in your sadhana. Chant sincerely, associate with the devotees. These are all like whole package. You complete that package, the prize will be given to you in the end. Yes, sir.
Maharaj, we say Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, Sakshat Bhagwan, and he had so many avatars. So why the word Krishna avatar is used, the name of Krishna?
It's in the Leela. It's like Leela avatar. Because there are different kinds of avatars. But he is avatari. He is the source of all the avatars. Like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we say he's the golden avatar. Right? He's the one, the avatar who appeared in Kali Yuga. Nama avatar, we call it Nama avatar. The name is also incarnation of Lord Krishna, but there is no difference between the name and Lord Krishna. There's no difference between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna. There's no difference. There's no difference between these three personalities: Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, and Lord Nisinghadev. They have the same potency. ultimately, but the origin of everything is still Lord Krishna. Okay? So we stop here. Thank you very much. Universal form ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna.